Hello, how is it going? How's it going? Well, if you've seen the title of this stream, be prepared to be amazed. I don't know whether this is going to work. In fact, I do know whether this is going to work. It's not going to work. It's clearly not going to work. It's a completely stupid idea. Completely stupid idea, but I'm going to do it anyway because I've just finished the second draft of my PhD and therefore I want to do something that is absolutely hilariously stupid. So let's try this, right? So we're going to give it a go. I'm just going to pull up the charts. We're going to attempt, being the operative word here, to land the 747 at Innsbruck. This was inspired by that absolute nutter in my, not my last video, the one before that, when we did the full rotation to Innsbruck, and we had to taxi through a 747 that was parked at the gate after landing, because obviously that aircraft is far too big for this for Innsbruck, and of course at the time I thought to myself, why would you fly to Innsbruck unless you were going to do the circle to land? I mean, oh come on, it's so much fun, it's such a challenge, it's really really good. So yeah, we can do it in a 320, not a problem ish, but can we do it in a Boeing? Can we do it in a Boeing 747-200? Well, time will tell, I guess. Time will tell. Yeah. I know what the answer is, but it's just absolutely hilarious. I'm laughing before we've even started anything. So it turns out I haven't got chase planes set up for this, so bear with me 2 secs while I just at least put a default view in here. Motion effects, yeah, we're going to need some of them. So 1.33, that looks pretty good to me. We'll do some of that. We'll set that to a button on my joystick, the thumb button as per usual, and therefore, there we go, right, we're winning. Okay, so to give myself a fighting chance at this, because I do want to at least have a chance, I've taken all the payload out, all the passengers, there's no cargo, nothing like that, and taken all the fuel out. And then I've just put in 20% fuel on the left wing and the right wing. So the tip tanks are empty, the centre tank's empty, the aux tanks are empty, so on and so forth. It is literally just the main wing tanks, as you can see there and there, which for some reason they're not on. Those pumps should be on. So those pumps are now on. Those pumps are off, so that's fine. Anti-ice, yeah, we're going to need some of that today. That's not going to help. God, it's ages since I've flown this 7.4. Remind me what these do. Air pumps can go to normal. Pressurised. Cabin lights can come on. Avionics are on. Hydraulics are good. Okay. Now I'm going to key in the ILS. Not that I have any intention of using it, of course, but I will be following it, and that's quite important for this actually, because I do want to simulate this, you know, reasonably accurately rather than it just being a complete hilarity. So your damper is on, definitely need some of that. Anti-skid, is that on? Okay, cool. Right, nav radio, so we're not on VATSIM for this, obviously, because I like trolling at the best of times, but not when I'm doing something that is clearly ridiculous. No, interestingly, I don't know why, but OBS doesn't seem to be picking up the sound from the sim, so you're getting that fed back through the microphone, so I do apologise for that, but we'll get over it. For 20 I want. You suck. 420 is the Innsbruck VOR. We need, okay, so looking at the charts again, I won't bother showing you all these charts because we saw them last time. But we will fly out to, I know where Rattenberg is, I can gauge that. So 111.1 on nav 1, 111.1 on nav 1, which is engaged, and then I need a course, so it's not helping that we're in a proper old school aircraft here, 74200, and we want on the nav 1, we want a course of 255, which is about there-ish. Not going to do any of the calculations for takeoff speeds or anything like that. We are purely going to wing it today, completely wing it. So we're probably going to get warnings galore and all this sort of jazz. But hey, why not? And then we're going to do some PUBG later. So that's on there. That's looking good there. Okay, seatbelt signs are on for all the nutters who are actually joining us for this ridiculous flight. So here we go. Let's taxi out. I mean, the first question, which isn't actually trivial, is can we take off?
Flat 1, flat 5, flat 10.
So I'm going to go with flat 10. Well, I say flat 10. I'm going to look at flat 10 and then gauge using my aeronautical prowess as to whether or not that is enough flap to take off. I mean, never mind takeoff. Taxiing between the lines is going to be hard enough. Look at this. Oh no, right. Which way do we want to? Do we want to take off on 08? That's easy mode. Taking off on 08. We'll take off 26 then. Let's go full on hard mode, shall we? How utterly ridiculous does this look? We are on real world weather though, actually, which might not be trivial. Let's just get a meta for LOWI. Winds are variable 4 knots. Okay, right, so no, we're all right. I say we're all right. We're all right as all right can be. So... this state of this. Oh my god, this is just absolutely hilarious. So this is the CLS Boeing 747 200 series, of course, old school. So let's have a look at this flap. No, absolutely not. Flaps 20. Flaps 20 is set. Or selected, should I say. I mean, it barely fits on the taxiway. Bit of a power slide, turny thingy, majiggy. It's not really a power slide, is it? But a bit of an absolutely ridiculous turn here. Does look, I must say, Innsbruck does look good from this high up. In the cockpit of this thing. I probably am going to need some of this autopilot jazz, so we will actually use some of it. We've got a heading of 255, we need a course of 255 as well. Course of 255. I want an altitude, we are going to change the local QNH, which is 1008. We're at 2,000 feet at the moment. We are going to backtrack, of course we're going to backtrack. And we're going to go up to, what is it, 9,500, isn't it, is the ILS intercept? Yeah, 9,500 on an absolutely ridiculous vertical. Mind you, we're quite light. I mean, this thing's got the power, really. And because I'm light, very light, actually, I'm feeling reasonably confident. I'll do a performance takeoff, so we'll ride the brakes until the engines have fired up. I'm reasonably confident it will take off. What I'm not so confident about is the manoeuvring ability, and of course my piloting skills. But let's see. So, oh, look at it! Oh my. This is absolutely outstanding. A flight plan has not been loaded into Active Sky. No, I know it hasn't. Nor is it going to be. Right, I'm going to get us right up to the lights here. Right up to the threshold lights. Close as I dare. Look at that. Just being very ginger on the throttle here because I need every last bit of this runway. I mean, really, we want to push back on the runway, but because we're going to end up quite far down here. So how does that flap look? That looks more sensible. The length of the runway doesn't. Look at that! It's not very far at all. Oh my gosh. Do we have rear wheel steering on this? I know they do in the later ones. Yeah, we do a little bit. Not quite so pronounced. Right. There we are. Okay. Right, riding the brakes. Not going to bother with any of that. We do need to get the stab trim sorted actually, otherwise we're not going to have a hope in hell's chance of getting off here. We'll just put it in the green, we'll guesstimate that. Throttle's looking good. Stand. Of course we've got no toga or anything like that here, do we? No, of course we don't. Right, okay. Holding it on the toes. Oh, I've turned a bit too much there.
Thrust set.
Thrust set. Brakes off. Oh, just as the runway lights get turned on. And we're away. Don't know what my V speeds are. So... Really? Whoa! No, that's a tail stroke. Oh, wow, we are light. Oh, well. Okay. We are very light then in that case. Right. Auto throttle can go on to that. I'm going to take flap 10 now. Oh, okay, right. Well, that was promising. That was easier than the A320 that had that was fully laden. State of this. Well, right, what I'm about to do now is going to give me an indication as to whether or not this is possible. Steep turn to the left. And this is a proper GA steep turn as well. Jesus Christ, man. So that's a good 40 degrees of bank there. So that's well over banking the aircraft. We're doing it, we're doing it! We are certainly doing it. Right, okay. So we are going to overfly the airfield. I'm going to bring the speed back. I'm in manual control at the moment still, except for throttle. I'm going to overfly Innsbruck, and I'm going to cheat by looking out the window quite a bit here because, well, because I can, more than anything. So we'll continue climbing, however, up to something. So we're over Innsbruck now, so we want to fly out on 064. So let's try and follow the procedure a little bit. So autopilot on, heading hold on, alt hold on. And we're going to fly out to what? 21... 22 DME? Maybe 23? Have I got DME? Oh, thank God I have. I thought that plan was about to go to rats then. When I thought we didn't have DME. That would have made it a bit trickier. You can't really do a DME approach if you haven't got DME. There we go, bit of red wine to stable the nerves. Bit of Cabernet Sauvignon. Right. So we're not struggling in terms of climb performance here. Again, as I say, we are light, as light as we can really. Fuel is, I mean, we should have absolutely bags of fuel. Yeah, we do. I mean, we have absolutely tons of fuel. And it's still hardly full in the tanks. As I say, it's only the wing tanks and they've got 20%. All the ox tanks, the centre tank, which is the biggie, have got nothing in it. Again, no passengers, no payload of that ilk. So we're coming up to 6 DME now. We're at 9,500, which is our ILS intercept. We're flying out towards Rettenberg, which is 303. So actually I'm going to key that in to the NDB. ADF, sorry, 3, oh, so it was 303. 303. 2303. So oh dear, why is that not showing up then? Rip. Why am I not getting... Why am I not getting that hang on, map. Rattenberg, NDB, 303 kilohertz. Oh, you can't see that, that's weird. I was just checking in at the FSX map to see, make sure it was on there. I've got 303 kilohertz. Why is that not showing up on here? Am I being a complete div of something? What am I doing wrong now? It should be right in front of us. Ish. It's not that, is it? That's the VOR. Or is that just nav1 and nav2? No, where's... No, because that's the Oscar Echo Victor, which is what we're using for the ILS. That's just pointing north, so that's VOR2. So where's the NDB? Where's the ADF needle even? It's got an ADF, because it's there. Oh, I've not thought this through properly, have I? Okay. Probably should have had them on, really, shouldn't we? It would be traditional to have your lights on. And then. Rip. Oh, I don't like that. No, that can go off. Anti-ice is on. Probe heater should be on as well, really. Air on. That's fine as it is. Okay. 16 DME. I wonder if it's that. Must be that, actually, thinking about it. Well, we'll see if it falls over. It's, look, I mean, looking at the chart, it's about 23 DME. Oh, it's marked 26.1. Oh yeah, because it's at a slightly different angle to what I was looking at. 26.1 DME, and then from there we turn right onto a heading of 210, missing the peak on our left. Yeah, we'll see about that. And then intercept the ILS until we hit 320, which is the RUM NDB. I don't know what RUM stands for. Don't know. Well, that's not getting twitchy, which is what I was sort of thinking it might do round about now. We haven't got any needle that's pointing that way. Well, if we get to 26, so what is it, 26.1, and it's not fallen, nothing's fallen over, then I'm going to assume that we haven't got an NDB. Sorry, an ADF. In fact, it's not that, is it? Because that's my heading hold. Right, okay, coming up to 24, nothing's falling over, so I'm going to turn right now, because we've got to round off this turn, of course, to, what is it, 210. No, this probably isn't going to turn tight enough, is it? I don't know, we'll hit that problem when we come to it. We've got the ILS keyed in, So that's not a problem. We can go into approach mode, and then we can let the aircraft sort itself out and bring us down nicely on the instrument approach. None of that is a problem. It's just a standard instrument approach at Innsbruck for 2.6 until the point where you have to turn off it because it's an offset ILS, or if you're doing the circle to land, of course. But up until that point, it's a standard approach. Right, so the VOR's kicked in, or the localizer's kicked in, should I say. Glide slope has not. Yes, of course, we're going to be coming in pretty quick. Do I dare drop us down? We've got a bit of pitch to play with. Let's see if we can get away with 160. Sorry about this active sky warning. I don't know how you clear that. Oh, like that, clearly. Right. Pilot courage. There it is. So wait for this localizer to come in now. 24 miles. Coming in at the oblique, of course. An angle. Radar altitude. Yeah, well, our minimums are going to be so far above that it's completely irrelevant. Our minimums are about 3,500, I think, aren't they, from memory? I don't know. Ah, there's the localizer. Approach mode. Here it is there, look. Kicking in. So we flick it into approach, it'll turn and it'll follow the localizer now. We haven't got a glide slope at the moment because we've got this red tab. Okay, and we're coming over here, so I remember this. So this is looking promising. You know, it's early days, it's a standard approach, so it should be. 111.1, 111.1. On a course of 255. Okay, we're all right. It's at 19 miles we actually start our descent from 9,500, so we're coming up to that. Ah, glide slope alive. Okay, perfect. So we're still below it at the moment, so the arrow's above us, which means the glide slope is above us, so we'll hit that shortly. It's not the out hold off. Don't know why it's gone into Mac mode. I don't want to be in Mac mode really. No, I don't really dare go in much below 150. I mean, I'm not even convinced 150's right. Oh, do we have to manually do pitch? Rip. Okay, fine.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10, gear down. Do we even have auto spoilers? Yes, we do. Okay, at least we've got auto spoilers, because boy oh boy are we going to need it. So, I mean, it's all sensible so far. Those slats, they look great, don't they? Look absolutely superb. So I'm just maintaining the glide slope manually then for pitch.
Flaps 20.
So I want to be flaps full actually quite early, because we really want to be doing a stabilised approach again.
Flaps 25.
So we're actually really good on pitch. So maybe I can get away with going a touch slower. So let's give that a go. Reasonably good on the glide slope, we're good on the localizer. couple of knobs of trim.
Full flat.
Okay, we're flat full now. So maximum drag, max lift. So the engines will spool up a bit now to account for that drag. Now it's at DME, what was it? 4 point, I'm trying to remember from yesterday now, 4.2 that we break off the ILS. Now I'm going to follow the procedure as prescribed. I mean, I'd want to break off earlier and just give me more time to do everything, but no, we're following the procedure. Sorry, that's what the procedure says, so that is what we shall do. Obviously it's not designed for this aircraft, but runway is in sight. You see this offset ILS here. Someone sent me a text message. I'm going to stream for the crack. You up for that? Yeah. Scott, I assume you're not watching this, but if you are, mate, yeah, absolutely, no problem. I'll reply to your text. Well, I'll be on Discord in a minute when I've slammed this into the opposite wall of the valley. So we're high at the moment, so we've got all whites there and on there, and of course we can see here that we're high. 8 DME, bottom left there. Just having a quick look at the charts. So just need some nose down trim. I overdid it with a nose up trim before. Aircraft's fast as well. Good on the glide now, so I can just bring the nose back up. And the auto throttle will sort the engines out for me. Just bring that up a touch. So we're getting there. It's 4 point is checked. 4.2 DME is what we're looking for. And then we're going to turn left over here, hug the wall of this valley, overfly the church. So we fly out at 230 heading. Got the approach lighting there. Speed's just dropped off a touch, but we're all right. We're not stalling, so we're all right on the buffer actually, which is good. It's 5 DME. I'm going to start the turn left to left to 230. I will do if I can get the numbers in. Heading hold 230, 4.2 DME, so on the button actually there, but we didn't really account for the turn rate of this aircraft. We now stay at 3,700 feet here, and I'm going to get the aircraft to do that because it's a cheeky way of getting it to trim. So it will sort itself out now. I've got to keep an eye on this though, because this aircraft's autopilot is old, alright? So don't expect it to be precise. It's going to take a while and it's going to bounce around to get there. It's trying to get the throttle right and the pitch, trim right and you know, all that jazz. So there's a marker here. There we turn right to 264. Now I don't want to undershoot these markers because it's just not going to give me enough room for the turn. It's not going to give me room for a turn anyway, but and of course we've got a bigger wingspan to contend with. So there's the leading markers there. Oh come on, I can go a bit more, I can do a bit more. Alright, no, cheese it. 264. I don't dare. I just don't dare get any closer to this blooming hill. See, there we go. This autopilot here, it's very reactive. So we lost quite a bit of height there. Getting there, boys and girls, we're getting there. We are downwind to land, 08 at Innsbruck. In a Boeing 747-200. I can remember. Right, I can pinch a little bit more space here, so I'm going to do it. Bit more pilot courage. Cheers. Jesus, wow, this is... Oh my gosh. Okay, spoilers are... brakes are armed and landing to the max. Ah. Ding, 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 we're gonna die. There's the church. And I'm gonna pinch a little bit here as well, because I'm gonna need it. Flight director can come off. In fact, no, flight director can stay on actually. I think that's probably us over the church now. Right, manual throttle, manual controls. Right, let's get a steep turn in here.
Sink rate.
Yeah, tell me about it. Ah, there's a marker. Bloody hell. Whose idea was this? We're alright. We're alright. I just completely messed that turn up. I let it roll out and I didn't want to do that. I really didn't want to do that because we just don't have the space. Oh, look at that! And we're high. I'll be high as a kite by then. Because I'm a rocket man. So we'll get that nose down. Oh, hello. Not the time to get a crosswind. Flipping blimey. Words and curses. And I don't want the engines to spool down because these things take blooming ages to spool up again. Oh, we got some pilot-induced oscillation going on here. Look at that. He's punching the controls like an absolute fruitcake. Come on. Come on, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. We're high, but
400.
I'm alright. I'm slow as well. Although, well, I don't know if I'm slow because I haven't done any of the calcs for my V-speeds.
200.
And don't forget we're in a 7.4, so we're a lot higher off the deck. So we'll hit the ground a lot earlier than you think.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Boilers.
Is that wheels down? It is. He floated it a bit. Reverse is deployed. Right, I tell you now, never in a million years did I think we were going to get away with that. Never in a million years did I think that was possible. I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. I just don't understand. How on earth is that possible?
Left 25, left, up.
Right, well, GG, I think. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I cannot believe that you can do a circling approach at Innsbruck in a 7.4. Okay, yeah, we're not laden. We are completely empty, so it's a different beast. But park up here, actually. Well, you know what that means, don't you? We've got to try it laden. Well, we'll have to try it with a sensible payload. Just park it here so then no one but a Cessna can get out here. Oh, where the flip's the parking brake in a Boeing? There it is. I'm sorry the commentary is a bit rubbish, but I genuinely am speechless. That is different. Okay, so, well, for another day, we will try that laden in the 742. But until then, thanks for watching. Wow. Cheers.